Hello, my name's Zekello Harrod, and this is Zekello Photo. Well, you've probably been wondering where the hell have I been for the past month? It wasn't because of Christmas, it was because of the snow. About three and a half weeks ago, I slipped in the snow and snapped my ankle on my left leg like a twig. And now I am kind of laid up at home, but it's taken me a little while to recover, and now I am doing my best to do that very thing. This is one of those places where you learn about cameras and how to use your camera and all kinds of stuff. I'm going to talk to you about a $4,000 camera today. This camera would usually be $3,500, but because it has a little added bonus, it's $4,000. Welcome back. All right, so the R5C is a very, very groovy camera because it is like the hybrid of hybrids. It is not only a hybrid camera, it is mirrorless, it is a cinema camera, it works with all of your old EF glass, it works with all of your brand new RF glass, and it's pretty daggone cool and intense. All right, so what we're going to do today is go through the feature list over on the Canon USA website. I tried to do a video earlier of the guy talking about the camera, and I was interjecting. It hasn't worked out yet. I keep trying to use OBS and StreamYard to do these sorts of things, and it's just not working out for me to be able to record the screen back to you. I'm going to figure it out. It's just not right now. All right, here we go. We're going to go to the site, and we're going to take a quick peek at the Canon R5C. And now, what's the extra $400 for? The extra $400 is for cinema. That's right. It is a fully functioning R5, Canon R5. It is a beautiful photography camera that does amazing things. But it is also a cinema camera. As you can see right here, there's a little C, and that C stands for cinema. It's a beautiful, beautiful camera, and you can see some vents on the side where they have extra fans so that they can run at a hotter temperature. In the beginning, there were digital SLRs, and at some point, Canon decided to make the video on the digital SLR one of the better parts of the digital SLR. Well, when they went mirrorless, which they had to do eventually, they got rid of the mirror and had all that extra room, and now they can fill that extra room up with a fan. Because back in the day, about a year ago, the R5 came out, shot 8K, and it was really, really bad at it. So mostly because it overheated, but not anymore because they added a fan, which is highly appreciated. All right, let's go back to the screen and let's take a couple of profile picture lookings. It looks beautiful with a lens on it. It's a beautiful camera, fully articulating screen, and as you can see, it's kind of a wide baby, but that's because they put a fan in there, like I said, in order to facilitate a cooler 8K experience. All right. It shares features with a lot of the other cameras, and it's using that Digic 10 processor, image processor, which I'm serious is a very nice processor. You have full, complete control over the camera. If you're in any kind of high-end situation for commercial work, this is your camera. If you're doing a run-and-gun documentary, this is probably your camera. Supports 8K 60p internal recording, which means that you can do high-speed 8K in this camera, which at full frame, which you could not do with the R5 effectively. I mean, it did it, but it overheated something fierce. Let's see. Internal cooling. Internal cooling enables, nonstop 8K, 6K record, 6P, 60p recording. And this was an issue. Truly was an issue. Expanded interface for professional needs, so you can use the time code. There's an actual time code in there, so you can use that, and that's pretty cool. And it also has Canon's multifunction shoe with digital audio interface supports for Tascam and a couple of other ones. I used to have a Tascam device, and it was a very nice one. And this, it outputs 4 channels of audio and 24-bit audio recording with that recorder on top. Carries on the ergonomic EOS style, which it does. Design, which it does. It really does. And full featured 13 assignable buttons. That's right. You can make all those buttons exactly what you want. It's got the gigantic processors in it. It records internal RAW all the way up to, dear God, 2.9K 60p. That's light recording of RAW. High quality recording of RAW is 5.9K 30. It looks delicious. It supports 8K HDR recording, wide variety of recording formats, including MP4 and RAW. It simultaneously records to different formats. That means an SD card and a CFast card, and that right there is pretty slick because you can record twice. You can have your proxies, and you can work with your proxies inside of your non-linear editor. NLE, that's what you use to edit video with. And let's see. It's got those codecs, and it's a 10-bit 422. And if you don't know what that means, it just means it look real good. It does 4K and 2K oversampling, which means that it reads all of the pixels in order to render out the 2 and 4K. So you can get less artifacting and moire and stuff like that. HDMI 8K RAW output to compatible recorders. So you can plug in an HDMI cable and put it into an Atmos and pretty much output anything you want. Users can shoot an Apple ProRes RAW up to 8K 30. Proxy data can also be simultaneously recorded to a SD card in camera. So you can record out and in, and it's pretty slick. That's just slick. Man. Up to 4K 120 frames per second slow-mo fast motion recording mode in 422 10-bit. It does simultaneous audio recording and simultaneous audio recording, C-Log, which is the way that you can use this footage to color grade it and pull out a lot of the shadows and stuff. Enhanced image stabilization, VR. You can use the VR lens, which is the fisheye lens, because the metaverse is coming. It's got dual pixel, so you can basically this is autofocus. Autofocus is a very important little thing that we should just stop and talk about for a half of a second. When you are autofocusing, you need to be able to isolate your subject in the quickest way possible, right? So it's really good when the camera can help you a lot with using things like auto eye focusing, or if it's a dog, you can pick out the dog in the frame and stuff like that. And it uses artificial intelligence to help it determine these things. It's a lickety-split fast autofocus.